Deploying a database on cloud is easier than you think. In this video, I'll walk you through how to install PostgreSQL on an AWS EC2 instance from scratch, connect it using DBeaver or PGadmin, and finally show you how to integrate PostgreSQL with your Spring Boot application. This video is a continuation of the previous one, where I showed you how to create a EC2 instance, install PostgreSQL along with all the necessary configurations, and connect it from inside the EC2 instance itself. The video is available on my channel. You can watch. In this part, I'll show you how to connect to the same database from outside AWS using DBeaver and Spring Boot by making a few configuration changes. So let's get started. Alright, let's connect to EC2 instance and verify the username, database, and password. For that, my EC2 instance is running. I'll select it. I'll click on connect. I'll click on SSH client, copy the SSH command. If you want to know this in detail, you can check my other videos where I have explained how to connect to an EC2 instance through instance connect or through SSH client. So I'll go to my folder where my key pair is there. I'll open the terminal, paste the SSH command, type enter. I'll enter yes, and I am successfully connected to the EC2. Now I'll write few commands. Sudo su command is to change the user from EC2 user to Postgres user, as Postgres is the owner of the is the user owner of the Postgres as of now. So you can see my user is Postgres now. Now I'll type PSQL to enter the shell mode of PSQL. Now here I can see, here I can write all the commands. I'm planning to update the password of user Postgres. So let me copy this command and paste it. So when we first create our database, the user Postgres is created without any password. But to connect it through from any external client, we need a password. So that's why I've added this password to my user. I can see my role is altered and my password is updated. Now let's try to connect this database from external client. So for that, I'll be using DBeaver. I've already downloaded and installed it in my system. You can also use PGadmin. Everything will be same. The configurations will be same if you use PGadmin as well. So for that, I'll right click here. I'll click on create connection. I'll select PostgreSQL. Next, here I have to enter the host name. Let me go back to my EC2 instance. This is my host name. I'll copy it from here. I can copy it from here as well, or I can copy it from my instance public DNS as well. So I have to copy the public DNS. I'll copy it in host. Port is 5432. That is fine. The database is Postgres, as we have seen here as well. If I type /d/l to list all the databases, and I want to connect to this Postgres database right now. So I've entered Postgres, the username is Postgres itself, and the password is I've just updated to root. Now I'll click on test connection. So I can see this error, connection attempt timed out. This is because there are some configurations that needs to be done so that I can connect it from outside the AWS. So let's make those changes. For that, the configurations are something like that. First, I have to update this PostgreSQL config to allow incoming connections on all available IP interfaces. So I'll search listen address and I'll update it with star. I'll move back to my console, type exit here to come out of the shell command. Now if I type ls, I'll see all the folders. I have to cd into data folder. Again I'll type ls. I can see the file postgres.config sql.conf. So let me just create a backup of this first so that if I mess up anything, I can revert my changes. This is a good practice. Okay, now let me open this file, Postgres configuration. I'll use vi command to enter the vi mode. Now I press I to enter the insert mode. Now you can see I'm in insert mode. I'll scroll down to find the listen address command. Here we can see it is written listen address localhost. So let me first uncomment it and update it with star. Okay, now I'll type escape to come out of the insert mode. Yes. Now to save and exit, I'll type colon WQ. You can see it here, and I can and I'll press enter. Fine. Next configuration changes. I have to update this pghba.conf file to allow all IP to be authorized. So we'll add this line there. So to allow all IP to be authorized. Let me go back to my console. You can see this file right here, pg_hba.conf. Again, I'll make a backup of this. I'll open this file. I'll press I to go inside the insert mode. I'll try to find the addresses. Yes, here I can see them. So just below this, let me go at the last, at the end of this, and I'll press enter. Now let me copy that command, that line. I can type that as well. Okay. Now the indentation should be correct. So you can either type or you can copy and paste. Now I'll press escape and I'll save and exit. Just to confirm, let me view that changes by typing cat command. Yes, our changes are right here. Okay. Okay. To make these changes come in effect, I have to restart my PostgreSQL database. For that, I'll have to copy this command and paste in my terminal. But before that, I'll have to come out of my Postgres user. So I'll type exit. Now I am in my EC2 user. Then I'll paste this command. This command will work only if I'm in my EC2 user. Otherwise, it will not work. It will give some error. Okay, our PostgreSQL is restarted. Let me check the status of it by using this command, the restart the status command. Here we can see it is running from last 11 seconds. I'll type Control C. Now, all right. Now I have to update the security group of AWS to allow 5432 port. Basically, we will add this rule in the inbound roles of the security group. Let me go to my instances. Here I can see in the security tab, the security group. So this was the security group launch wizard one that was created when when I created this EC2 instance. Here in the inbound rule, we can see the port 22 is already added. So I'll click here. I'll click on add rule. I'll search for PostgreSQL and it will add 5432 automatically in the port range. Then I'll select anywhere from IPv4. I'll click on save rules. I'll give it around 10 seconds to make the configurations. Then I'll move back to my DBeaver and try again the test connection. This time we can see we are getting a connection successful message. That means we are successfully connected to our database deployed in EC2. I'll click on OK. I'll click on finish. This database is connected successfully. Let me open it. Currently it is a blank database. It is this database Postgres, you can see, and our default schema, public schema, is also created. There are no table inside it. We can create our new schemas, or we can create a new table here as well as per our requirement. Let me know, not get into it right now. So we have tested the connection in DBeaver. Now I'll show you how to test it, how to connect this database through the Spring Boot. So for that, I have already created a Spring Boot application. So I'll have to add few configurations inside it. Basically, this 4 lines, I'll add it in my application.properties file of Spring Boot application. Here, I have to specify my EC2 public IP that I can copy from my EC2. And my database name is Postgres. My password is root as of now. Also, I have to add few dependencies in my pom.xml. Let me add those dependencies and test it. For that, I'll just clean and install. Now let me run it. Here we can see our app is up and running and the database is connected. So in this video, I've shown you from the scratch how to install a database on EC2 instance and connect to it through DBeaver or Spring Boot outside AWS. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and check out my other videos for more tech tips and tutorials.